Welcome again to Tribeca Film Festival. It's so fun to see you here and to be here in this festival. So first, congratulations to be being selected here. How was your reaction when they told you that girl band was part of this year's repertoire?
We were so excited.
I cried in an office building.
Yeah, Carrie and I were together and we conferenced her in because Ben called us and we were all just like shaking and crying and screaming and like.
I was in a glass room in an office building, just like jumping up and down on the phone, and I just started crying, and everyone's looking like, oh my god, she's having like a nervous breakdown. What's happening?
Yeah. Carrie and I just like sprinted laps through the house.
And then we called her.
She started laughing. I
So
remember you were like silent right away, and then all of a sudden you're just like and like didn't stop for like 45 seconds. We're just like sitting on speaker.
The three of us were like, we want to call Sideara and we want to hear her reaction. We're all sitting there silent.
Just laughter.
And then the cackling.
So we were all very excited.
We were giddy.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. And was your intention when you were creating the film to submit it to Tribeca or to any other festival? Was your when did you thought about it? Like first during the shooting or after? Like, hey, let's do it. How was the process?
After, actually, it was weird. We're creating a TV show. We're trying to, and so we've been pitching this around town, doing all these meetings, and people keep saying we want to see something. We're young and we're new, and they're like, can you shoot something, show us kind of what you had in mind, because we were hearing a lot of like soft yeses, people like, oh, feminism, cool, but like not truly understanding the characters and the relationships and everything. So we decided to shoot something as a proof of concept, and when we're done, we're like, this is kind of a standalone short, we may as well throw it into the festival.
It's a really it's different than it usually goes, because I think a lot of people sit down to make a short film and are like, oh, like, you know, it has to be 10 minutes and 3 acts, and for us, we had already created all this content and this universe and these characters that we knew really well. So we were able to sit down and choose a moment. Yeah. And people have said that like our short kind of plays a little less traditionally because it feels more like you're entering the role and leaving it rather than like it's very contained.
Yeah, well at the end it's such a clear cliffhanger. Like you are waiting to see what happens next.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, is this over? Is there another?
Yeah. Actually, when I finished watching the film, I felt like, what's going on? I want to see more about this. I want to
awesome.
Good. We're glad to hear that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you want to learn when you want to see what happens with these girls. How is their road trip to Los Angeles and how they live there? What all the experiences that they come through. So it's great. That's actually the feeling I got after I finished watching the film. The concept again is great. I like it. I think we don't see like very often in movies or TV something where young girls are pretty much stay away from boys and then just want to do their thing. So was it your intention? Like it wasn't something that you created. It was part of the concept to have these girls doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Very purposeful.
That's really what we're trying to do. Is these are characters who are us, like we are career motivated people, our friendships are priorities, and romance has never really been a huge priority in our lives, so we've never really seen that on TV, so that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, we feel like a lot of the time female characters tend to have like one dimension. They're either really work oriented or they're really boy oriented or sometimes really friendship oriented, but it's rare to see a combination, kind of a neutral combination of the three, rather than this kind of polarizing stereotype.
Like
especially at that young of an age. I feel like a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like the teen movies with young girls are usually finding the guy.
Yeah.
So we want it to be girls chasing a career.
Yeah. The goal is creating characters that are heroes, that are people we want to be and look up to.
Nice.
And so, working on it.
Here's our hero.
we'll have our hero.
Hero number 1.
But we also got lucky to find actresses who could really embody that. Because she so perfectly kind of embodied.
She's an entrepreneur herself and chases her stuff.
Yeah, tell them about.
Let's.
I make jewelry and other things, like these earrings.
I was going to ask you about your earrings. They are I've never seen them like that, so they're very unique and cool.
Thank you. They're by N-I-N-3.
Okay.
And her style, like everything is so cool, and we want she totally embodied that like badass driven attitude though, and that's
She
Yeah,
got the character right away. Yeah.
I can see that because actually when I was watching the film and I was looking at her character, I was thinking, was like she just prepared for that character, but I see that you are pretty much embodied that person, that character. It's so good to see. It's nice.
Yeah, what we love about her the most is that she's very confident. All of our girls are very confident.
Yeah.
And we were so nervous about casting people who were self-conscious or trying to be cute. You know, a lot of the time you want to be put together and contained on camera, and these girls are just, they say what they want to say, they do what they want to do, they're unfiltered. It's
Right.
nice to see that.
Yeah, nice. Well, I read you met in college. So, when you decided to film, how this idea of filming in trio came to like all you together? How do you decide? Okay, let's do something together and not pursue our own plans or our own projects. So, how they came out?
Me and Olivia met freshman year.
Okay.
We did a music video together, and we'd been making music videos for a long time because she's the musician of the group. And then Cailin and I met in film class. We knew of her blog. She had a camp like a.
We're all
blog
really
on
big
campus.
fans of each
Really?
other
Yeah.
from a distance.
Yeah.
Like,
I
Wow.
want to see it.
oh yeah, you need to read her blog. It's so funny. Carrie and I would read it in the film school, like between classes, and I was like, Carrie, you have to go become friends with this girl because she's really cool and funny. And finally, they had a class together, and I was like,
And we were the only ones in our class not making really film schooly shorts.
Okay.
Because usually in film school, super serious. Like, you take yourself really seriously in film school. And we were trying to do comedy, which is really unusual. And I remember being in our thesis class, and I had this script that was a little strange, like comedically.
It was sarcastic.
It was very sarcastic, and everyone was giving me notes, and no one was getting it. And I remember her piping up, and she's like, "No, it's supposed to be funny. Like that's what she's doing." And I was like, "Yay!"
finally. But it wasn't really a conscious decision though. Like there wasn't. I don't really remember a specific moment where like, let's be a team. It kind of started as a real friendship, and we all were hanging out, and we all loved TV. I do music, they were film majors, and we all kind of liked the same things. It just kind of.
Yeah, I think also like they were reading my blog, but I was also a huge fan of what they were doing. I like was familiar with her films and had been on her site, and she used to have a YouTube. Well, she still has it. She has a YouTube channel of her singing, and I remember like being in my bedroom eating ice cream and being like, "She's so talented." And then we became friends.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I want to see your Instagram now. Like I saw like it's girl band Instagram. So now I want to see your own thing.
Yeah.
They're in the description, our individual one. They're not as fun. Mine isn't as fun as the girl.
None of them.
Don't get your hopes up. too
Hers
much.
is good.
Hers is pretty fun.
It's kind of turned.
Nice.
It's lit. It's fire, as we say.
It's fire. Is that what you're
Fire.
saying?
That's what I'm trying to start now.
Okay.
As we
I'm
say.
from lit to fire.
Kind of like a.
Just the fire emoji.
Oh yeah.
Great. How is it working together when it comes to making decisions? Because I've seen like, okay, one people shooting, one people directing is hard. 2 people directing is hard. 3 people directing. How do you feel like it's? Well, I can see that you're still friends, so.
We do it.
Made it out loud.
We say that I definitely say this is a huge relation. Like our relationship, both to the project and to each other, has been one that has like let us mature so much over the last couple of years. And it's funny because it's almost like what we're trying to do with the characters. They're having the same thing happen where any brief romantic relationship I've had is nothing compared to how much I've grown through doing this project.
We feel like we're married. The 3 of
Yeah.
us are married.
And we had a baby.
This is our
Of course.
child. Yeah, it has its ups and downs. It's
Yeah.
hard at times because you're right. When there's 3 minds working on the same thing, sometimes we have different ideas and we have to hash it out sometimes. But we communicate well with each other, and we always get through it. And we feel like the combination of all our strengths leads us to a place that's a lot stronger and more advanced than if we all sat down and did it on our own. So that's kind of cool having each other.
And like we were saying, we started being friends because we were fans of each other's work, and I think that's part of it. Is like I'm such a huge fan of their talents.
Yeah.
Independently and on this.
Yeah.
Like I was in the Uber, I was listening to like songs she wrote 2 years ago, and I texted her, I was like, "Great season, so good."
Yeah, it's like
So it's just like I think we're friends.
It's pretty.
But I mean, you run into problems all the time, and we've learned to be more open with each other and like catching it from the beginning when we know that something's going on and there's an issue, you know, like talking about it from the beginning.
Yeah, that's the one thing we've learned. Just right at the start, if we're annoyed or we feel like our ideas, we're just like, hey, I have an idea. Listen up. I don't think you're right. And we
have a lot of heart-to-hearts.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
I've personally never seen you guys not work harmoniously.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
It's usually very harmonious. It's fun. We have
Right.
a lot of fun together, like in the project and outside of the project.
Great,
It's
great,
lit.
amazing. Now, I'd like to ask you, like, since you are the only actor here, how was first learning about this character, and did you feel at first, oh, I can relate to that, or how was your process getting into the project?
I mean, they sent me this girl band Bible thing that was like, 60 pages, like a graphic novel basically about each character and like who they are and what the film is. And after reading that, it was just like very like, this is who she is. And I just kind of, like, I got it. I get it. I get Rhea, and I like her, and I think she's funny and young.
Yeah.
Great. And, well, what's the future for girl band? Is there something coming? Well, like I said, I felt like I need to watch more about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and where is in the
Maybe we need
future
to
for
film
this?
you saying
Yeah,
that.
let's
Oh, well, it's here. My voice is here. I will put it on.
Well, it was initially a TV thing, right? It started as
I mean, it started with, I would listen to Olivia's music. I had some musician friends, and I was just so interested in the music industry, and specifically like how a musician and an artist writes about their life and how they turn the events that happen in their life into songs that you eventually hear on the radio. So we want to get these girls on the radio. Like we want, I mean, in their world, but I mean, hopefully in the real world. But
yeah, we want to create a real band, but also a TV show. That is the goal. We want to make, because what she's saying, there's so many stories around the music industry, and just these characters. Music aside, there's so many. The dynamics of these characters, we definitely want it to be more than just a contained story. So hopefully TV one day.
Yeah, but we want to start them from the beginning of their journey, the day they, like what it is here, the day they move out to Los Angeles, all the way to the point that they become
Superstars.
household names. Yeah.
And it's also something that I didn't see in the film is what instrument do you play? Like where is your role in the band?
Well, I think we would find that out later.
Yeah,
Oh, great.
we're figuring out. All the girls in the film sang, and they sang on the featured track. in the
I
song.
was going to ask also about
Yeah,
that.
they all did that. They're all
Nice.
very talented. She's a great voice.
She's got the second verse.
Yeah, she sings the second verse in the song. When she's actually singing in the car, that is her voice.
Oh, wow, nice.
And so they all sang. That was really important. But yeah, she in the show ideally would play bass or keys. Still figuring it out. But yeah, TBD.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, these are my questions, and thank you very much for
Thank you.
yeah. And would you like to say hello to Motion Picture Club, which is what I
Yeah,
represent?
of course.
Should we do it together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How
What are
many
you gonna say?
Motion Picture Club. Okay.
Do it.
1, 2, 3.
Hi, Motion Picture Club.
Hey.
Nice.
It's lit.
It's lit. Fire.
Thank
She's
you.
trying it. She's trying
We're gonna
it.
start something, okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's great. Thank you very much again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This was great.
And-
It was fun.
Oh, great.